Hi, everybody. It's good to see you all. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being early birds. Early birds. Um, there she is. There she is. Yay! Yay!
Hey, I made it. I made it.
You made it. Yay! It was my fault. That's why I come in usually 15 minutes earlier, just in case these things happen. It's
Yeah.
still that Mercury. I think it's still the Mercury hangover
Yeah.
that we just went through.
Yeah. It could be. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, I'm sorry I sent you the wrong link, and I'm so happy to have you here. So everybody, welcome Loretta
Hi, thank
from
you
Mother's Tarot. Thank
for
you so
having me.
much.
I'm
I
really
love.
grateful. I really appreciate you inviting me on. I just
Oh,
adore
of
you. Thank
course.
you.
Thank you. I love to bring new readers, new guests to my show and introduce them to people so that they can find you as well,
Well,
and
thank you.
hopefully
Yeah.
boost your subscriber base and get to know some of the folks we have here. We have such a lovely group of people.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for let's see, I started in November of 2020,
Oh,
and I have seen some beautiful things happen here, on YouTube.
yeah.
And a lot of people who have come here as subscribers or guests or whatever have now opened their own channels, and it's
Yeah.
just really nice to see. Yeah.
Yeah. I went back and watched the one with you and Susan Lynn about a year ago. That was really neat. You know. Yeah.
Susan Lynn is one of the best teachers I've ever had. She's
She
just
is.
a real pistol. She really is. She's going to come on in a couple of, probably, I think in a week or so.
Oh,
She's
good.
coming back. She comes back every once in a while.
Good.
But she sort of set the tone for many other people. She's does classes and things like
Yeah,
that.
I'm
So,
I'm in her classes.
are you?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
a Patreon member of hers. So yeah,
oh,
it's a
isn't she
her.
wonderful?
Yeah.
I adore her. I'm going to go down to see, I'm going to Linda G's
Oh,
um, thing, and Susan's going to be there this year. So
oh,
I'm
wonderful.
excited about it. I know,
Full
isn't it
report.
great? Yeah, yeah, I know. So welcome, Loretta. And I'm just going to say hello to some of the folks that are here and let them know what we're doing today. So I'm going to be talking to you about your process and how you do, how you came about and then decided to have a channel and all that lovely stuff. And you can introduce yourself to folks. And then we'll do some mini readings. I was going to ask you, is there anything you don't do readings on? For instance, do you not want politics, or do you not want
Yeah,
like
I
health ones?
I tend to. I don't do politics.
That's okay. That's okay.
I can. I just
Yeah,
don't. I just don't submerse. I mean, once in a while I'll lay some cards up, but as far as putting videos on it, I don't because
I get it.
it's not
Yeah.
good for my energy.
No, you have to get in some icky energy. I know Susan
Yeah,
says that all the time.
yeah,
So yes, we can do some mini readings where we can
yeah,
pull
yeah.
a card or
It
two
won't
for
hurt.
people. So, yeah, we'll do that then when we get done our little interview. But hello, I want to say hello to Cat Mama and Anita and Karen. It's good to see you. Linda, Jules, Akila, Sarah. Nice to see you, Sarah. Liz Reeves. And it's freezing in Iowa. Oh, I bet it is. Oh, M. Steve, good to see you. Wildflower Wind, good to see you too. Some folks I haven't seen for a little while. It's always good to have you back. Yes, I know, Liz. I actually, I didn't know this, but Linda's not doing that anymore after this year for some reason. So I thought, well, I just got really lucky that I was able to get in. I'm not a presenter or anything. I'm just going to go to it, but I'm looking forward to meeting everybody there. So, yes. Hi, Lisa Foster. It's great to see you. So, yes, please welcome Loretta. She
Right.
is, I'm not going to say where, she is also a Pacific Northwest lady.
Yes.
And I was thrilled to find that out. There's a lot of us up here, and I never knew that for the
Yeah,
longest time.
Andre is up in our area
Up
too.
to you in Seattle, yes.
Yeah.
Andre's here, and so is a lot of some of the subscribers I have are also,
Yeah.
and so is Terry Suzuki, who does works with my medium shows that I have
Oh,
on
good.
Thursdays and Sundays. So Yes, yes, I know, Lisa. I didn't know it was her last year either. Yeah. Oh, what's this? My first thought was the Oprah syndrome. You get a channel and you get a channel and you get a channel.
That's great. I love that.
Oh, Steve, I hope your mom's doing better. I hope everything is going well with her. I always send her lots of love. So, because she has not been feeling well for a while, and he takes care of her. So that's wonderful. Um, yeah. So hi, Wiki. Wiki's another one that's up here. She's up here in the Pacific Northwest as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wiki is, yeah. And we also have Hypnicity, who comes on here. That's her name, Hypnicity. She's
Oh,
from up here as well. So
I love
yes.
the name.
Uh-huh. Well, I love your background. It's gorgeous, and you also have a drum. I see.
Yeah,
You
that is my great granddaughter, by the way, made that. And
really? It's wonderful.
she attends I got the little drummer back here, but
Uh-huh.
she goes to American Native School out here.
Does she?
Yeah, in Suquamish. So her uncle went there, her mom went there, and she's only in second grade, so I believe they made this last year. So
Wow.
they did a fabulous job. So it's got great sound.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's really, she did. My goodness.
Yeah.
So have you ever been to a drumming circle? Have you been to
No.
those? No. Okay.
I haven't.
Very powerful. Very nice.
I love the Native American music, the drumming, and it really.
Me too.
It's just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? It takes to the beat of your heart. Absolutely. Yeah.
It really does. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you some more questions, but I have here people competing because they want me to mention Southern California. Okay, there's a lot of you from Southern California. Yeah.
Been there too. Yeah.
Been there too. And Lisa's from Kentucky. That's where my husband's from. So yeah. And we have some others that are in different parts of the country. Hi, Andrea Galvin. Nice to see you. So yes, and I also love your wall hanging that you have.
My daughter got those for me for Christmas, so I just
Really?
had a mishmash of stuff. And
no, it's lovely. Yeah, it is. It's lovely.
So a little wider. Don't pay attention to this.
Don't mention the man behind the curtain. No. Okay.
I didn't know it'd be that wide in here.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Okay, she's in long-term care now. Okay. Well, I just want to take a moment to send her some love and energy, and certainly I know that she can get plenty of that, and I'm sorry to hear she is, but I know that it's very difficult to deal with somebody that's not well, and so it was a choice you had to make, Steve. So much love to you. Much love to you. Very good. All right. So I was pooping around as I do to find new folks, and I come up with Mother's Thoreau, and I was thrilled. So then I found out she would come on. Then I found out where she lived, and I was like, oh my goodness. And so I want to know all about you. I want to know, when did you start? When did you get started? When were you interested in this kind of thing?
Well, I guess I became aware of the mystical arts about 30 years ago, tarot, Reiki, and all that. But the journey, I believe, started when I was about 10 years old, when I was what I thought was, it had to be dreams. I didn't have any other word for it, but it wasn't. But it was somebody coming to me and talking to me. And my experience with dreams, because you had a program on here real recently about dreams, and
we have a weekly show.
And I did. I watched quite a bit of it, and I thought, I when I was 10, from 10 to just before my 13th birthday, a couple months prior to that, I had this I call them. I had a question. One question they kept 2 or 3 times a week. They would ask me, and I did not want to answer that question. I did not want to make that choice. And then I had some other dreams that followed when I was up until I was 14, 15. And that's when I began deliberately shutting down my dreams. So I don't let them break through. And when I do, I get up out of bed, I walk around, I will sit, and now I'm considering, maybe I'll turn them back on, but I don't know yet. I don't know.
What is it? Is it because they were prophetic? Is that what you were worried about?
Yeah, the one when I was 10, I had it for 2 years, and just prior, and I only told one person about my best friend's mom, and she said, "Oh, this is natural for children, not to worry." Well, the question what I was being presented with, I was told I had to make a choice. One of my parents would die.
Oh my God! No wonder you didn't want to know. Oh
no, I didn't want to know.
No.
Yeah, and then it came to pass. Shortly after I was 17 years old, I was standing over the grave of my father, and due to an illness. And then was 1968 was one heck of a year, and I had these dreams. I was in a maze, an enclosed building, and it was just there was no exterior doors, and I'm just in this maze. And there was another one where there was this mask, and I'm like like this, just split, and I couldn't break out of them, and so I start depriving myself of sleep. So man, when you go to sleep, I'm not waking up. I'm exhausted. I'm not.
Yeah.
No dream is going to wake me up.
It's going to wake you up. Okay.
Yeah. So
well, I mean, we do need our sleep, and those sound like very frightening dreams that you were having. I would felt that way as well.
Yeah. And the one with the maze and the mask, I have come to realize that was about my decision to leave the church, because I was born into the Roman Catholic.
Oh, yes. You're one of those. Okay. We know a lot of them.
So before I'm 15, the summer before I was 15, I told my mom, I'm not getting anything out of it. I'm not getting any more out of it. It just wasn't offering. There was no more information. There was this like, this is all there is. It can't be that this is all there is.
Right.
And it upset them, the whole family, real bad. So.
Well, it was so indoctrinated into the people. There's a lot of people that are what I call Reformed Catholics that go into
fallen Catholic.
A fallen Catholic. Okay. I used to be a Sunday school teacher in church, and then I was always involved in something like that, and it just got to the point where. But I was always curious, and what I was lucky was my parents were very easygoing about it. They had no concern about it or anything like that. So
I've always been a deep believer. I mean, before I began school, I knew that this wasn't my natural home here.
Right. Yeah, you were born with that. Yep.
Yeah, I was looking. I could look at the animals and decipher. This isn't natural.
Right.
And,
absolutely.
And so the journey began from there.
Sure.
Not that I was aware of it, but that's where it all began.
That's where, because now you can look back and realize that's when it was. Yeah. Andrea, I believe she is a Reformed Catholic or a fallen Catholic. She says the beauty of this group of light workers here on YouTube is that we work together and have each other's backs. And I agree with that so much. And what I find here in this community is that's exactly what I see. So actually had another gal who opened her own channel about a year ago. And she was very skeptical because she had tarot cards, and she when she was younger, and she spread them out, and she portended her mother's death. And then her mother died.
Ooh, yeah.
And she felt like she was responsible. So she threw those cards away and never went back and touched them for years and years and years. And of course, by the time you get into your 60s, or your late 50s, early 60s, you kind of say, well,
Well,
and so she worked herself back into it again. She understood it now. She understood it wasn't her that did that, you know.
yeah.
And so I can understand why you did that with your dreams. A lot of people turn off, well, a lot of people hear voices and see things and they turn that off as well.
Well, speaking of that, one of my big concerns are these people that have been diagnosed schizophrenic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I
Are
wish,
they really? Yeah, I know.
you know, they need
Yeah.
to speak to a light worker.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I think of that a lot because I had a friend who told me that she wanted to come out to the Pacific Northwest for a visit because she felt called to go to Mount Rainier.
Uh-huh.
And then when she got here, she didn't like go physically right to the mountain, but she could see it. You know how
Yeah.
how
Oh, it's
mountains
big.
are here. You know how they are here. And
But
she was telling me all these, she was getting messages from this and that and the other, and I said, to me, she probably was, but her parents were trying to get her into psychiatric care.
yeah,
And so it's a hard call to just, you don't want to tell somebody, gee, you need some help. But at the same time, there are people that really do disengage and they're not spiritual necessarily. It's definitely a mental health
but
issue.
which ones are which?
Right. That's it. That's
You know,
discerning which
unless
ones.
you've got a light worker you're bumping up against,
Yep.
you may be lost in that.
You may be. Yeah, very well be.
And not really,
Especially like you, if you were told how disappointed your parents were, that you were doing this,
oh, yeah.
then you have that guilt, that Catholic guilt.
I think I've moved on from that
Oh,
Catholic.
I'm so glad. I'm so
Yeah.
glad.
Yeah.
Andrea said we find the tools and the paths that fit with our hearts and souls and trust our gut. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's the doorway to our clairvoyance, clairaudience, whatever. Do you feel you have those abilities?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The knowing, and
Yeah.
I have heard. Now I haven't heard messages. Of all places, I was in Fred Meyer one day, and I hear my name going over the loudspeaker. So I go up to the customer service, and they go, "No, we didn't call you." Okay. They had to move me for some reason. Some reason, and they were relocating me. So, yeah.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah.
And I've had the experience where somebody's called my name, but they haven't called it correctly. And I'm looking for, well, who is it? And it's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I can read energy in a room.
Ooh.
I go into a room and or people.
Mm-hmm.
But then I've always, I taught my children when they were very young to read people, their muscle, their expressions, their body language, and all that. But for me at the time, it was a matter of safety,
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
as a child,
yes, because it's important to trust that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, and as a child, I had to learn to do it. Being the oldest of 7, and on my mother's right hand, I had to learn how to read people and understand they were all different characters and all different facets. And yeah.
Wow. That's me. I have the claircognizance. That's my primary. It's just I have this feeling and I just know something. Mm-hmm. My husband never trusts me, and he's been married to me for 23 years, and he won't trust me. And then it will happen. He'll go, yeah, that's what you said. Like, how many times do you have to listen? He said, well, you're too close to me. And I, having a relationship. And I said, it doesn't matter. Yeah. You should still at least give it a thought that maybe this might be true,
Yeah. Because when you get those knowings, I mean, there's been many times, man, I would fall on a sword over it. I got nothing, no receipts to back it up, but I'm telling you.
That's right. That's right. No, I love that. I agree with that completely. Yeah. Here we go. Jules says that she can remember having dreams of what was going to happen at school the next day. When it would happen, it would spook her. And that was in first grade. So that's kind of the same thing that happened to you, but I can't even imagine your whoever this question, why would they would ever put that to you
I
as a
know.
child? Yeah.
Right? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it did it really so I've always known that there was the unseen is
Yes.
the divine fields. It has always I'm supposed to be following it, you know, and it's, I kind of
Absolutely.
I swing by the seat of my pants, and I just kind of go with what the energy is doing around me, and I feel like I'm being led.
You let the flow go is what you do.
I had to, you know, because
that's my kind of person. I love it.
I can remember the time in my life where I felt like over and over, it was like I'm picking myself up out of this ditch and trying another avenue, just trying, you know.
Good for you. Well, pulling up your bootstraps. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was, I was supposed to be following a life of some kind of faith, you know. The faith is always true. Only this was not acceptable, you know. Reading.
Not at the time. Not at the time. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And even now there are people, are you woo woo, you know, and all that stuff.
I've had the word blasphemy thrown at me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I get that.
Long before I ever got to this point, too.
Right. You know, I should mention this, that there was a person that I knew that had a channel here on YouTube about 2015. And I didn't know this till like recently, like within the last year or two. And she was pushed right out of here. Everybody was trolling her, and she was criticized and this and that. And she got death threats, and it was horrible. She was telling me this, and I'm saying, really? And just in that 5-year period, it changed that much. That you know, it's more accepted now.
And it does. It happens like that, but it seems like one catalyst of one person step out. Because I've got a thing. I've always told the kids, it takes one person, just one person to change the world.
Right.
That's all. Yeah. And
well, it's like that Nashville police chief. Everybody else should have done what she did with those 5 officers that were beating on that fellow, and just fire them and arrest them. But the others took years and trials and all this other, you know, they put them on paid leave and all that. So I hope it changes. I hope that paradigm shift.
It will. It will. It's coming. You know, we're standing on the threshold of Aquarius, don't you?
We are. Yeah. Isn't it fabulous? And we're all here together holding hands. Karen, I don't think I ever have heard anybody that can smell the objects in pictures, but that is really cool. That is something else. So you see an old picture. I want to know this. It's a silly question, Karen, but you see an old picture, you know, maybe by Rembrandt, and it's got some apples and oranges in it. Does it smell all rotten by now because it's been so many years? And I'm just probably not, though. Probably no. I'm just teasing, but that is really cool. That's kind of fun, you know. Yes, Wildflower Wind. Yes, well, she's going to be doing it. We're going to be taking some questions at the end. So if you would, you know, we'll probably do 5 or 6 questions. So if you want to put them in, I'll get to them when we get there. So you can smell cigarettes if they're on camera.
Wow.
Oh, Aaron. Okay, photographs. I get it.
Oh, okay. Can you smell mine?
That's pretty great. That's great. I just love it. I just love everybody's different ways of doing things. So I get where you're going. Now, what made you turn to tarot and then turn to come on here and work on here? Or did you also work like in a new age shop or something like that?
Well, no, but the funny thing is it would have been 25 years ago or so. I was in Spokane and my brothers, and they have psychic fairs and different things, Reiki healers, and the healers get together, or the light workers, and have groups.
Right. Yeah.
And so I was exposed to that, and that got me familiar with the different things that was going on and out there. And what was
Somebody asked me a question, so I'm telling you, yes, I do have incense.
But yeah, that's how I got traveling down this road. And then it was December 2021, where I just there was just this push, and
Yes.
And I got a pendulum, and I was working with that. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't do the protective work, the grounding work. And I did put out some videos, but they were more, and not under Mother's Tarot. This is when I don't know what I was doing, but I was being pushed out here to do something. So I would do it directed at my siblings, because they all think I'm kind of out of my mind anyway. So I would do the pendulum, and
it's okay. We're all your family here, so just know that.
So I went through about 6 months of, about 3 months of the pendulum thing, and then I picked up the tarot and started doing that. And then it was July 30th. I put my first Mother's Tarot video
of 2021,
2022.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
good for you. Okay.
Yeah. So I did that, and so, and it's just gotten clearer and clearer, and I started meditating, and I just have felt that I'm just supposed to be doing, and it's like my stories. I started a series on my Mother's Tarot about the journey, my journey, my story. And so we've covered dreams, not dreams, angels and ETs. 1968 was my first experience seeing a craft. It was way up in the sky, but I did. And then I had an abduction. It can't be any, but I don't remember the actual abduction. So also a big part of me is into the esoteric knowledge, the ancient ruins, humanity, past humanity, and
wonderful.
So it's a blend. So my story, it just kind of blends it all. And
you know what? You sound like me. When I first came on, I didn't know what the heck I was going to do. I just knew I had a lot of information, and I had to disseminate.
I'm supposed to be sharing my stories.
Sharing it.
It'll help somebody. So that's what I'm
absolutely. I love it. And for me, 1966 was the first craft I saw, and it was going up over my head, and it was actually very close. It was.
Wow.
It looked like I could reach up and touch it. It was bigger than. It was probably about 25 or 30 feet above my head.
Oh my gosh!
Hovered over me. Yeah.
Wow.
And I thought I was crazy, but I was with a little friend of mine. We were both 11, and we remember. She remembers it just as much as I do, and she's not a metaphysical person at all. So we knew it happened. Yeah.
You remember being on board a craft at all?
Not being aboard it. I don't believe so, but I remember it going up and over me.
I don't remember being on a craft either, but I believe that. My thing too, I had such a heavy, responsible load, I always have, but it started out as a child. So it's like, I can't bear all this, I don't want to remember that part, so I believe I've been protected by a lot of my memories. Yeah.
Yeah. I know Susan Lynn, and I'm mentioning this because you're, you watch Susan Lynn. She has had a lot of, she even believes that she carried an alien baby in with her for a while. I think they gestate and then they come and take it out. I don't know. Because when she's never had a child. She's never been pregnant.
Yeah.
And when she went somewhere, somebody asked her, when did you have the child? You know,
Oh,
when
yeah.
and she's like, I didn't have any children. They said, yeah, you did. You know, so.
Yeah, that's why I think I have too. And one of the things that's synced it up for me is I was listening to contactees and stories, and this one woman who remembered hers, they put a needle into her navel, you know?
Oh,
Well, as part of the transfer into the uterus and whatnot, I believe. But
right.
anyway, that immediately took me back to when I was in Alaska, and it was the latter 70s. I had about 3 months there where my belly button would slowly seep blood. And it was the most confusing thing. I just couldn't, how could this be possible? Because it doesn't go anywhere. You're
right. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's when prior to that, though, I had these 3 profound feelings of you've given birth. If you've given birth, you have this profound feeling of life in you, and it just kind of resonates, and it's like
you feel the popcorn. I called it the popcorn. Popping.
And I had 3 different occasions like that where I wasn't carrying a child. I had my tubes cut and tied when I was 19.
19? Oh my goodness!
No. Yeah, it was before my 20th birthday. Yeah.
Oh my Lord, I was 29, but I didn't. I thought that was
Roe v. Wade had just passed.
I get it.
And I had to have my doctor and my husband sign off on it, but I told them the day they could carry a baby and make sure it's got fed and lived and had everything it needs. And then you can make the decision.
And you can make the decision. That's right. That's right. And we were very lucky we had that pass when it did. It's very strange to not have that sort of available to lots of women nowadays. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so. I didn't even know about it until my mother and I had gotten pregnant, when I shouldn't have, and my mother told me that I could get an abortion, and my jaw
as a Catholic, she did. That's a surprise.
My jaw and but I mean, personally for me, I just couldn't do it. I mean, and I shaved my head when the justices overturned Roe v. Wade, because it is a woman's right to choose. It's her body, nobody else's. So.
Wow. You are awesome. You are absolutely awesome. I am proud. Wow. I didn't do that, but I did go earlier in the year. I guess it was in 2021. I went up to Seattle for the Women's Rights March.
Oh, yeah.
At that time. I had one of those pink pussy hats on, But
You go, girl.
I know. I was never a hippie when I was a kid, because I was just that much younger than.
Well, and I was just right behind it myself,
Yeah.
I had an older girl cousin. Man, did I catch flack for that? And I didn't have nothing to do with none of it.
I understand. Yeah.
But it rolled down on me.
It did. Well, it's like where I lived when I was growing up. I'm from New Hampshire originally, and a lot of the kids' brothers and sisters that were like 4 years older than me and their sister and brother went to Woodstock.
Yeah,
I didn't go to
Woodstock.
I know a lot of people that went to Woodstock. Yeah.
Wow.
That was a long time ago.
Crazy time ago.
It is crazy. Yeah. Well, I could sit and just talk to you about all of this, but we do have some questions we can answer.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm just thrilled that you fit right in with everybody else here. Honestly, we have a lot of people that reach out and do a lot of work with each other. The lady I kept putting up, Andrea Galvin, she does a lot of shamanic work. She works on ancestral healing, and we have Dreamer. We have all these folks. So I think you'll fit wherever it is. You'll fit right into this group of people. So Karen says she's got a little crush She's got a little crush. And she says, first time I've liked anyone in years. Any chance of that panning out, she says.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Well,
we'll read on it. We'll see what it says. And remember, for entertainment purposes only.
yes. And spiritual.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
That's right. You got a little crush on somebody, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That weird. Yeah.
Yep. I love it.
I think if that knocked me over, or if that happened now, it'd knock me over. You could knock me over with a feather.
Well, I think that Karen feels that way. So
Yeah,
actually,
totally,
yeah,
totally
I think,
understand.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not something she was looking for, perhaps, but just
Okay,
kind
what
of
have we
came
got?
through. I know, Karen. That is
Okay, well, I got one.
okay.
I got unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be.
Okay, you're going into unknown territory, Karen. I got magic. So, I mean,
There you go.
unknown territory is always magical.
Yeah,
So,
it
I
is.
would sit back and enjoy the
Just
ride.
enjoy the ride.
I would. That's wonderful.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Very
I like.
nice.
All right.
Yeah. Very nice. So we have
Uh,
Cat Mama. Her name is Claudia, and she goes by Cat Mama. And she has her own channel now. I think it's the Dewdrop
oh,
In, isn't it? It's the Dewdrop In. I think so. But anyway, she
all right.
wonders what her
Hey,
2023 would look like.
what's it gonna look like? Cat Mama Mia,
Oh my
2023.
God, I pulled the same card and I
Did you
shuffled it.
really?
I did. And I think I've told you this before. You have a magical year coming up. Something's going to change. I think you're going to actually, I don't know, you're going to, a new job or new responsibilities or something, but it's all there, Claudia. It's all there. Wow.
Well, I've got a message here. It says, "Staying focused, hold the course."
Ah, okay.
So, whatever magic you're doing,
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
Wherever you are right now,
yeah,
stay the course. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And keep putting up your videos. You know, I think that a lot of people think their videos have to be perfect in order for you to put them up. It's the same way with getting somebody to feel comfortable to do live shows.
Yeah.
And after a while, it isn't a big deal because you just get used to doing it. For me, see, I'm a professor, so I have Zoom meetings and I have to do 40 things
Yeah.
at once.
Yeah.
So, but it just takes practice. It just takes confidence and a little bit of time. But whatever it is,
Right.
it's there
Yeah.
for you. Yep.
Yeah. So true.
Yep. All
What
right. So we
next?
got Anita. Does your mom have a message for you? Can you give mom's name, honey? Do I have it here somewhere? Linda. Oh, Jules, I'm using the Golden Insights Oracle, and you were using the Sacred Traveler, weren't you?
Yeah,
Sacred
I was, and I was just pulling out. Well, my angels and ancestors cards, oracles. See for this. You know.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Yeah. Did you pull already on this?
No, I haven't. I got to do that.
Anita, girl.
Anita, did you put up mom's name just in case here? Well, I don't see it. But,
I've got the elder showing up. Move beyond ancestral patterns.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, we're moving into the age of Aquarius. We're standing on the threshold, and the ancestral patterns,
yep,
many will be discarded.
I have to tell you, yesterday I was in a meditation with some ladies, and we were given gifts in the meditation, and I could put my hands out to get these gifts, and I got 2 balls of energy. And I asked what it was for, and it said it's for ancestral healing on both lines of descent, and plus it goes both ways.
Yeah.
And I just felt so gifted with that. I have to do some work with that, but
Right.
yeah. So I get wisdom. I think Mom thinks what you're doing and how you're doing it, Anita, is very wise. And she's watching you from above and says, this is beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Well, there we go. Let's see.
Hi, Lottie. I'm going to put your question in as well, but we'll get to it. There's some folks in front of you. Okay. Thank you, Lottie. All right. So we got Hypnicity, our friend Hypnicity, whose real name is Nalani. And she says, why did my grandma Lucille, Mom Betty, and cousin Wren choose February 3rd as a day to Oh, they all did? They all transitioned on that day?
Wow.
I could come up with a really snarky, funny comment. I don't think I will, but I could, because isn't that around the time Puxatawny Phil says how many more weeks of winter we have?
Well, the second is Groundhog.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm thinking, maybe those years, that was going to be another 6 weeks or 8 weeks.
All 3 of them passed on the same.
I know, on the same, but I don't know if it's probably not in the same year, but on the same day. Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I know. That's amazing. All right, let's see what we can come up with for this one. Wow.
Let's see.
I'm going to pick James Van Prow's cards here for this one.
Yeah, I wish I had more to choose from, but I don't.
That's all right. It's all right. Oh.
Okay. Why did they? Let's see.
Okay, there's 2. Where's the third one? Where's the result? Okay. So I pulled first the death card, which is very interesting. It says, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. I almost think that the second and third people that passed on that day did it purposefully to honor Grandma Lucille, or whoever went first. Let's put it that way. Whoever went first set the tone, and the rest of them decided that's probably a good time for me too. I see that there's a release going on, and they just feel like this is a good day to release, and because it brings beauty. I'm seeing beauty. There's something about dying in the middle of the winter that is, I don't know. You have to wait. Sometimes you have to wait to be buried. You have to kind of be kept in a separate place or whatever, because sometimes the ground is too hard. But wow, I really think it was to honor the first person, and then the next person said, "Oh, that's a good idea," or they made the pact over there. Yeah.
Well, that would have been a soul contract.
It would have been, wouldn't it? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It would have been a soul contract.
Sure. Absolutely.
Let's see. I pulled, I got the Spirit of the Animals Oracle, and it's a beautiful, beautiful deck. And we've got the Polar Bear Mystic come up.
Oh, wow.
Know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. But yeah, I think it was a soul contract. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
We do well, if we pick our own birthdays, our own names, really, our own parents, our own place of birth, then we pick our place of death. They could have all been sitting around saying, okay, well, let's all do it on the same day.
Yeah. And and for Hypnicity, this connecting these dots and
Uh-huh.
could be
Yep.
leading her in a
Her.
direction of her own.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And she is on the path and she has
Yeah.
been soul searching. So yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. All right. All right. So Jules said after my brother passed, he came back 3 times and would leave the smell of cigarette smoke to let me know he was there. Yeah. Yeah. My dad did that with cherry blend tobacco. And he had stopped smoking it when I was in high school. I'm sorry, smoked cigarettes, went to the pipe. Then the pipe had to go away. But that's how I always remember him smoking his pipe. So,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah. All right, Linda, what can you look forward to in 2023?
Well, that sounds like a journey card.
It is.
Yeah. Sacred Traveler.
Yeah.
Okay. Look forward to 2023.
Lisa Foster, did you put a question up? Because if you did, I didn't see it. So please just retype it in for me. I see that you have your mother's name there, but I don't see where it goes to. So, all right. Oh, wow. She has 3 sisters born on 6/29. Now that's really.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Right.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. I got 2 cards for Linda.
Okay.
The first one is uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. Let's put that up there.
Oh.
And then the next one is answering the call. The time is now. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
Uncovering treasure and time is now.
There you go. All right, let me pull mine out here. Ooh, I love it when I get this. Linda, you've been around when I've gotten this before. I got the disco ball. Fun times. Fun times are ahead. And you have the strength to endure them. Look at that. As you know, like a tree bends in the wind, like a willow tree. That's you. Now go and have a good time.
Yeah.
I love the nightlife. Every time I hear Gloria or that those songs from the disco days, I just
Yeah.
so excited, brings me back.
That was so special, the disco days. Oh my.
Uh-huh. Wow. Yep. All right. So Steve, your sister's leaving off for a trip, but looking for stability during this time. How's that energy looking? Oh, you're looking for the stability? How's that energy looking? Whatever happens, happens. So because your sister is with you right now around your mom, you're wondering what it's going to be like for you without your sister because she's going on a trip. I want to make sure that I get this right, Steve.
Okay, so Steve's taking care of his mom when she's
she's in long-term care right now,
okay.
but he goes there and
yeah, totally. Okay,
Steve, if I'm wrong, can you tell me so that we don't do the wrong kind of reading for you? You're welcome, Linda. Well, I suppose we can just answer it as though is he going to be while she's away, and then if he wants to know how she's going to be, we can do another one. All right. Hi, Lottie. Oh, you got the sun, Steve. You got the sun. I mean, that's like one of the best cards in any deck. And it shows happiness, success, and clarity, and also divine masculine. So it seems to me that, you're not going to have a hard time. I think you're going to have a fairly good time. Yeah. Okay. It is right. Yeah. I would say, look to the sun and know that you'll be fine. And plus you got all of us here to help you.
Yeah. And I pulled Finding Sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. So that is going to be really helpful for you.
Good.
Okay.
Yep. And you do that, Steve. I think you do that. You've
he
really,
does.
yeah, he's integrated that into his
Yeah.
daily world. Yep.
Yeah, I'll carry him through. Yeah.
Yep. All
Yeah.
right.
Let's see.
All right. So I got Viviani,
Viviani.
and yeah, she says, I'd like, if time allows, I'd like a message about what I need to know regarding this year. All right.
Okay. Like the secretary. Viviani.
Lisa Foster, are you still here? Do you want us to do a reading on your mom? Please just put yes or no here. I got her name, but I don't find the original message.
Okay, well, I've got 2 cards here for. Well, wait a minute. There's a third.
Ooh, that's okay. That means you're supposed to read them. It's okay. Yep.
We've got traveling lightly, simplify your life. And then I've got in the flow, everything is smooth sailing. And then we have answering the call. The time is now.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yep. So I got similar cards, different deck, of course. The first one I got was bloom. You're ready to bloom. Bloom where you're planted. Look at that. It's so gorgeous. Bloom. The second one is attraction. Whatever it is that you're doing is attracting that which is what you are seeking is also seeking you. Yeah. There's that attraction going on. Yeah. And the last one I got was the finder of lost things. Ooh. Maybe you're going to find something that you misplaced or you haven't been able to put. That happens to me all the time. I go, oh, look, I finally found this. So maybe you'll find something that will reappear magically and you'll be able to enjoy it. Hi, Amanda. Oh, you're welcome. It is nice to have Loretta here. Yes, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I love it here. Thank you for all these are wonderful.
All right. So, LR72 would like a card for February, if possible. And
a card for February?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. All right. LR72. I'm going to use my spirit animals, oracles.
Okay.
Card for February.
Ooh. I love this card. I got serendipity. Serendipity. Look at that. It's so cool. And it looks like so much fun. It's like one of those carnivals you can go to and swing around on those swings, you know?
Yeah, the flying teacups.
Yes. And then the word home is there too. So, you know, it can be a metaphoric journey, a metaphoric time, but it's definitely serendipity. And it's telling you to say yes to it. A big yes. Enjoy it. Wow. That's really cool, LR. Yeah.
All right. Let's see, from the Spirit Animal Oracles, we've got the pronghorn action. Now is the time to act. Opportunities are here. Move forward with confidence. Your talents will always help you land on your pinnacle. Your quick wit and keen senses will lead you to success. There you
Fabulous. Go. Sounds like a good month, LR.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
You got some blessings there.
You do. Very good. That's awesome. All right. Thank you for your question. So Lottie had this question, and then Mystic Traveler, I'll get to you, I promise. You mentioned earlier that you both of us are claircognizant. I mean, you said you were, and I know I am too.
Yeah.
And so they'd like to know how we developed it further, as she's also been told she is. So, what kind of advice would you give? I'll sort of think about what advice I'll give too.
Well, for me, the step had to start with acknowledging it and being aware of it.
Yeah.
And then you just, the more I saw it, I mean, you just can't deny it.
Yeah.
And I rely on it. So,
absolutely.
I mean, never mind the YouTube world and all that, just in my own little world.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on it. And I would advise
always trust your gut feeling. Yeah.
Your heart, your soul. You listen to your soul before you listen to your head. Let your soul lead you. Yes.
It is. The other thing I really love about it is also look for the symbols. I remember going somewhere, and I was at the same time I was going somewhere, I was thinking about I wonder how this week is going to turn out. And I was going through something, and there's a sign on the road right there that says "Rough road ahead." And I thought, well, thank you so much. That's really being very blunt, but I take those things as a sign, or if I hear a song, yep. All those things. And once you start doing that, and you start trusting that that's a message for you, you'll just get so many more messages, honestly, Lottie.
Well, it's like, like I tell the children, when you get those flip-floppy belly, because you're in a place that, you're in danger, you listen, and you get out of there. So, you just got to listen to yourself and understand that this is the divine field protecting you,
That's right.
So.
Okay. Well, and my husband, when we first opened up our office, somebody came to the door and had to use the bathroom, probably. And we found out later, it was a homeless man, I think, at the time. Uh-huh. And my husband's very generous. Go right ahead. You can go into the bathroom and use but he didn't really trust himself, because he didn't want to seem like he was a bias against the guy.
Yeah.
But the guy left, took the toilet paper, all the paper towels, a plug-in light that was in the wall. He took everything that he could carry out the door, that we went in later to find out was gone.
When those things, I think, that
they need it more than we do.
More than we do. You betcha.
Yeah. I agree with that. I do. But he was a bit upset about it. And I thought, well, it's like finding money on the ground. If you know where the source of it, like I remember seeing some after a man had been at a counter where I worked. Mm-hmm. And I called him and I said, I think you dropped some money, because right after that, we saw the money on the floor. He was floored that we called him, that we, but if it's on the road somewhere or blowing in the wind somewhere. And
that's different.
Yeah, it's very different. Yep. Yeah. Very true. So I hope that helps you, Lottie. It takes a little bit of time, and also confidence, and just to trust yourself. Trust yourself in what you believe, as you go along. And so Mystic Traveler just asks, am I on the right track? So I'm going to say one thing before we pull cards, Mystic Traveler. If you are asking the question, more than likely you are. Because you alone know the answer as to what you're feeling. We can certainly pull cards, and we will. But I want you to know, it's like somebody's, when they ask a question, is my husband cheating on me? Let's say something like that. If they're asking the question, it's pretty certain that they know what the answer is. So, and I know that's a very different example than what you're asking, but yeah. And I love the fact that you even have that name picked out for yourself. That tells me a lot right there. So.
She's a very gifted psychic artist. Mystic Traveler is.
Okay.
She's starting out on YouTube also.
Is she?
Yes. She has a wonderful channel. She's very diverse and talented lady. Yes.
I am so you just write to me and you can come on too, Mystic Travel. I'd love to have you come on like
Great,
Loretta.
Lisa.
Yeah.
You betcha.
Heart and Soul Connected, one word at Gmail. Let me know and I'll bring you on because
Yeah.
we all do that here. We all
Yeah.
help each other out. It's a big
Yeah.
circle of love. Wow.
Wonderful.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Fabulous. Oh my God. Yes. This is fun. Oh, I got 3 cards I pulled for you. And the first one I got is community. Yeah, there you go, girl. You're in the right community. Look at that. You're holding hands and
That's right.
already Loretta knows you're this person. And so we all now know. And so we'll check you out. And we're all here on this journey together.
Yeah.
And we're all here to help each other grow. Wow.
Yep.
The last card I got was spring. I just think this means things are going to pick up even more in spring for you.
Yeah.
You know, which is only a month or so away. Wow, that's exciting.
I pulled 2 from the Spirit Animal Oracles. We've got butterfly and rebirth. You can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. And the ladybug, good luck. You are a bright energy. Let worry go and be happy here and now. Feel good about being a loving and colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck.
Oh,
there you go, my friend. There you go.
Look at that. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
She says the reason she asked is she gets so much flack. And honey, we do. It might be from our very closest people. I remember thinking or hearing that you can't be a savior or a prophet, I guess it is, in your own hometown.
Yeah,
because they know. Yeah, they know you, and they think, "Oh, that's that girl that did, or man, that boy that did this," you know.
Yeah.
But don't let that bother you or stop you. And Heather, you just subscribed. That's wonderful. And please go over and subscribe as well to our new friend here as well. Loretta at Mother's Tarot. What before we go, why mothers? What was I was going to ask you that question?
Because since I could walk and my little sister arrived, I've been the right hand of my mother and heavy hand in raising children, my own, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. It's very apropos. It's always nice to know. And and we are the mothers of those in which that's wonderful. You're welcome, everybody. Thank you for subscribing. And yes, please do, Mystic Traveler. And don't let it bother you. We're all here to help each other. And we understand if you're having a bad day, you just need to reach out. Thank you. And thank you so much to Loretta. Loretta, don't go away. I'm going to close out. I'm going to close this out, but we can talk for a few more minutes backstage. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. I love you, Mystic Traveler.